I'm Marie from This Child Can, and I'm going to show you how to help children solve tricky money word problems by reading the question carefully, spotting the key words, and working out the steps. Welcome back. Money word problems ask us to solve calculations about money, but using words instead of just numbers. Let's look at a couple of examples. A notebook costs $2.35 and a pen costs $1.10. How much do they cost altogether? And another example, a notebook costs $2.35 and a pen costs $1.10. How much change will I get from $10? In our last lesson, we looked at simple money word problems, but older children are quickly exposed to larger amounts, money written in dollars and cents, and two-step problems like the one we just saw. Therefore, the questions can quickly become more demanding. So today we're going to focus on what the question is actually asking before we decide how to calculate. That's called the money story, and it contains all the clues that we need to help us solve the problem. So with word problems, we want to start with the words, not the numbers. We underline the key words. They get us started because they give us clues about what we need to do. Let's look again at our first example. A notebook costs $2.35 and a pen costs $1.10. How much do they cost altogether? This is a one-step problem because we only have to do one calculation to find the answer. Let's start by underlining the key word. Here, it's altogether. Now, what's the money story going on here? What's happening? Well, what we're doing is we're putting two prices together to find a total. This suggests we need to add. Now, we can do this in two different ways. We can either do $2.35 plus $1.10, which gives us the correct answer of $3.45. Or we can convert these amounts into just cents alone. Then it would be 235 cents plus 110 cents, which equals 345 cents. Then we can turn it back into dollars and cents if we need to. It doesn't matter which method the children use, as long as they stick to one or the other and convert if they need to. Let's now look at another one-step problem, finding change. Amir's sandwich costs $3.40 and he pays with a $5 bill. How much change does he get? Like before, we'll start by underlining those key words: costs, pays with, and change. So what's the money story this time? Well, Amir's sandwich costs him $3.40 and he gives the cashier a $5 bill. He's given too much, so we're looking to see how much change he should get. What we need to do now is we need to find the difference between the price of the sandwich and the amount he has paid. And finding the difference suggests subtraction. So what we could do here is we could do $5, take away $3.40, and we are left with $1.60. Again, like last time, we could convert this into cents first if we wanted to. Sometimes questions have an extra step. Children might not be able to work out the final answer because they have to do something else first, and this is where they get stuck. If a question is asking for change after buying more than one thing, you need to find out the total cost first before you can find the change, and this is where the extra step comes in. And the reason children get confused is because they know how to subtract, they know how to add, but they don't realise that in this kind of question they need both. Then you can help your child to practice this by doing an example like this one. Eva buys some popcorn for $2.80 and a pencil for 65 cents. She pays with a $5 bill. How much change does she get? You can start by asking your child, what are the key words in this question? And you're looking for the answer of buys, pays with, and change. And don't forget to underline them. Then you can ask your child, what is the final question asking us to find? And you're looking for the answer of how much change Eva gets. Then you can ask, can we find this answer straight away? And again, you're looking for the answer of no. Then your child should be saying to you, because we need to find out the total cost of Eva's items first before we can find the change. Then you can ask, is this question a one-step or a two-step question? And you're looking for the answer of, it's a two-step question because there are two calculations that we have to find the answer to. Don't forget that the key words help us to work out what kind of calculation we need to do, but the money story makes sure that the calculations we've done actually make sense. And remember that money is one of the easiest math topics to practice in real life. Let your child go to the shop with their pocket money to spend it. Let them look at how much money they've got. Will they have enough to buy this particular item? How much change should they get? Help them to look at receipts and see what they have just bought. Keep it natural and low pressure, and they will learn so much. Real money and real prices really help children to see why all of this matters. The final point to note here is that trickier money problems become so much easier for children when they underline the keywords, understand the money story, and consider whether the question needs one step or two. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helped. And if it did, please like the video and share it with someone else who might find it beneficial too. And don't forget to subscribe to This Child Can for more calm, practical tips to help you support your child. What did a great teacher do to make learning easier for you or your child? Please tell me in the comments.